Hey Infiniti, I am going to give you some verbal feedback on your content piece right now. I have just overviewed it. As far as I remember, last time you submitted a very long content piece and we decided to split it actually in two content pieces. So this, I believe what I'm gonna check with you right now is the first content piece now of those two, right? And let me give you my quick feedback on it. I already overviewed it. So a few comments here. Let me begin now. Have you noticed that you don't experience life like most people? You've always been different, the odd man, the black sheep, the weirdo, and I wanted you here to describe this to me now. I mean, in what way you mean this person is a weirdo, right? So I can compare myself to this person as a reader, for example, right? So I know who you are actually speaking to, right? So let's say that this is gonna be stating the problem, right? This person being a weirdo in which way, in what way, what kind of challenges this person has in real life, in daily life, right? Weirdo in which way? Toward the other people, themselves, not being able to be emotionally stable, connect. I don't know. Describe here this. I gave you a note, right? Give me this challenge of this person first, and then make a transition here now toward the solution, for example, right? And I said here, and as you as a weirdo, right, you maybe or you potentially, so figure out what would be better say, you have had unexplained experiences in life. Besides of all of the challenges, you went through these spiritual experiences as well. And if so, the chances are that you've had physical, mental, emotional, energetic problems that have been unexplained, right? I mean, you see these problems, it would need to be related to you stating the problems either up here or somewhere here. So all of this makes sense to me, right? So expand on that problem, and then go. You are making now this transition, right? Maybe you know you're a psychic or have been told you're psychic. Maybe you have always been able to feel and know things, right? Maybe you are really sensitive to noise, light, frequencies, groups of people, tech, electronics, and all these kind of things, right? So that's all good, right? Okay, now you are comparing me, this person with these challenges, to this kind of abilities of mine of being sensitive, which is good, right? But I gave you a long comment here, which is that this part you talking to me like maybe is too long, right? I, as a reader, was going through this and I was like, can you tell me what's the point of you even telling me this now, right? So, what I gave you a note here is a comment, right? Make this shorter, right? Explain this. Maybe you are a psychic, maybe you are sensitive, maybe you are empathic, right? Explain it in a short way in this 1, 2, or 3 paragraphs here. Remove the rest, right? So squeeze everything, all of this maybes into shorter paragraph here element of the content piece, right? So then now you can get straight to the point, right? Because what I want to hear, so okay, you see here you say maybe you're not sensitive, maybe you're empathic, maybe you even know that you're an empath. Do you know to what extent it rules your life? And do you know where on the empath spectrum you are, right? So I am like, okay, I am sensitive. Now you tell me that maybe I'm an empath, and you tell me that if I know where on the empath spectrum I am right now, okay, cool. But tell me now what an empath spectrum even is now. Explain it in a few words. Why is it good? What does it do? Why is it? What is it for? So I'm gonna be like, okay, cool. I am probably somewhere on that spectrum. But then explain me, you need to go now into why knowing where in the empath spectrum I am, right? Why knowing where I am in there is gonna help me get over my challenges. How I'm gonna be able to get that control then over my emotions, sensitivity, feeling things, or how I'm gonna get control over this. So I mean, you kind of tackled this idea already down here, right? When you went for a call to action, right? That because the call to action here is that you're gonna get me to fill in the empath quiz, right? So I can see where on the empath spectrum I am. So that's good, right? But here you need to explain me down below, right? why actually knowing me where in the on the impact spectrum where I am, right? How is this gonna help me achieve control over my life? So I give you a note, few notes here, right? But before I get there, all of this transition, right, you talking about your story and explaining me a few things, this is too long. This does not belong into this content piece, right? You can have this storytelling for another content piece talking about your story. In this content piece, all we want to see is this value. Make it shorter. I need you to learn how to write things in a shorter way. So how you're gonna make this shorter is, right, that okay, you expose the challenge here, you are making now this transition into telling them that they probably feel things and these kind of things even if they have challenges, and you are going to telling them where on the empath spectrum they are, right? So remove this here, the maybes, shorten them into these 3 paragraphs, short, make it all shorter, and then remove the whole next part talking about your story. Here down below you're talking about long story, you never get to the point really yet. I mean, I know that you try to use this story to drive the point home in a little way, but you can do this really fast in a shorter way. So explained in between here, like I said, the benefit of knowing this person the answer, right, on where they are on the empath spectrum and how is this gonna help them, right? Explain them how this is gonna help them, and then drive into the call to action, right? If you now gonna know where on the empath spectrum you are, right, you're gonna then be able to react properly and start taking control, right, taking your powers under your own control, right? So I have prepared this quiz here. So that's kind of good, okay? The first step of taking the quiz is good. This quiz is free, only takes 10 minutes. Here is the link. If you take this quiz, right, come back to this post and reply. Okay, be careful if you're gonna be sending this to your email or to your social post. You need to split it. You need to just say, "Come back to this post, comment down below, profoundly share your score. Looking forward to seeing your results." Right, and that creates that conversation. So what you did here was you generated a lead because they filled in the quiz, they are interested, and at the same time you creating that engagement right in the comments because they are chatting now with you about their score and you are creating that connection with them, right? So overall it's a good content piece. It has some value, but it needs a little clarity and sharpness, and definitely we need to cut those edges away. Too much of storytelling, no need for the storytelling here. You're gonna do this again in the other content piece. Here we just want to see the value. Make this element part shorter here. Okay, so I wanted to record this live feedback to you right now because so everyone can benefit from my feedback, and also you now can improve this and you have some more of my ideas here to work with, right? So just make it shorter, make it sharp to the point, go to the point, let them fill this quiz in and you will be good. Okay, so make corrections, let me know after you have fixed it so I can have another look at it, and so on. Okay, and we'll go from there. But good job, it's getting there. You just need to learn how to get straight faster to the point and make things, write them in a little shorter way as well, right? So good job.